What I've come here to talk to you about this morning is how to ignite the compound effect. This is a book that I wrote, and I'll tell you why I wrote it here in just a second, and it has done fantastic things all over the world, but I want to talk to you about how to ignite some of those key principles and turn it into a system that you can apply that once acted on can really have transformational results in your life. So the first thing is I get asked all the time, why did I write this book? Does the world truly need another personal development book? And the answer is no. But this is at the founding of Success Magazine, and when I looked around at the world around us, the reason why I sat down to write this book was because I was pissed off. I think there's a real injustice happening in our society, in our culture, where we are constantly being bombarded with ever-increasingly sensational claims to get rich, get fit, get younger, get sexier, all overnight with very little effort for only 3 easy payments of $39.95. And these sensational messages are distorting the truth of what it really takes to earn success. And I was tired of watching people being tricked, fooled, and bamboozled, because if you have a sincere interest to find out what it really takes to become more successful, you're constantly being solicited and tempted with these sensational claims, and it's distracting and derailing people continually. So what I wanted to do was clear the clutter, demystify the truth, bring us back to the basics, back to the core fundamentals of what it really takes to earn success. And first off, there's no silver bullet. There's no magic pill, and for God's sakes, people, there's no frickin' secret that's been buried for 2,000 years by some covert society, only revealed for worldwide revelation recently, that allows you to sit on your couch and just imagine checks coming into your mailbox. Are you me? Seriously? You go on about that too much longer, and they will come and take your couch. And you in a white jacket off to a safe place where you can't injure others. There is no secret. Let me give you the secret. Here's the secret that has been long forgotten, not 2,000 years, but maybe the last 20 to 40 years, and that is success is earned by hard frickin' work. That's how success is earned. And it's become a secret because we've been tempted by marketing gimmickry that it's something other than hard frickin' work. But that's what it takes to earn success. So here's the truth about the process of earning success. It is mundane. When you go back to your offices, to your marketplace, the things that you will have to do to become successful are mundane. And they are unexciting. This is not something you're going to want to film for reality TV, trust me. And they are unsexy. It's not something you're going to want to put on the cover of a new product package. And it is laborious. At times it is downright frustrating, if not defeating, sometimes demoralizing. But see, that doesn't make for interesting books or exciting infomercials or riveting movies. So instead, we are paraded with these images otherwise about what it takes or what the stories are or what the epic journeys are to becoming successful. But it's not true. So I ask you first off this morning is to stop looking for the quick fix for happiness and wealth. Now, a lot of you inside go, yeah, okay, I get it. But a lot of times I'll do these book signings afterwards and like, okay, so that was really great, really moving, but just give me one key tip of what it really takes to, I'm like, I already gave it to you. Like I could stop now and we're done. It's hard freaking work is what it really is. Now I'll give you some directional guidance to sort of try to help you streamline your path towards your goals. But really, when it comes down to it, it's not going to be easy and it's going to be difficult. And it's through a minefield of troubled, difficult, failure, rejection, painful experiences. And then the other side of that is phenomenal, fantastic joy, celebration, and abundance. But that's the roadmap. Success is earned one single day at a time. One step at a time. In the midst of a day, one single step through your day at a time. One decision at a time. All those little ones along the way. One phone call at a time. One phone call could be transformational. One single meeting, that meeting you didn't want to go to, but you decide to go to anyway. And you can never own success. You can never stand here on the stage and say, I've arrived. You never can own it. It's unownable to have success. You can only rent it. And the rent is due every single day. How many people here have, you've been to a seminar before like this, or you've read a book, or you got a CD or DVD program, and on the back it said, 90 days, transformational results, your life will never be the same again. How many people went to one of those seminars or read those books or listened to those CD programs, and in 90 days your life did not transform at all? Anybody? Okay, let me tell you why. Here's why. You're being distributed all sorts of incredible information. You're being downloaded phenomenal knowledge, but it's not what you know. Knowledge is not power. That is a myth truth. It's what you do with what you know. Action is the only thing that is ultimately going to determine your success. Because see, I know a lot of broke geniuses. My brother-in-law is a PhD in history. One of the smartest guys, the smartest guy I know. The guy knows something about everything, and legitimately, not just a tell-all, but he legitimately knows something about everything. Incredibly brilliant guy, but he'll be 50 this year, drives a 24-year-old car, lives with his mother. Nice guy, but he's broke. Unapplied knowledge, and those are the outcomes. Or, this is one I love here by Newsweek. These are the people that go to school, are academically trained, and dispense the advice about how poor nutrition and lack of exercise will kill you, and 44% of doctors are yet overweight. Or, as the philosopher Morpheus said, there's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. And then Samuel Johnson. So I'm going to go through some key fundamental success principles here. And the one thing that I don't want you to say inside your head is this: oh, I already know that. Instead, I want you to ask yourself the question, am I doing that? And then, have I mastered that? And then, does my waistline prove that I've mastered that? Does my wallet prove that I've mastered that? Does my business success currently prove that I've mastered that? Do my relationships, do my children, does my marriage, do my friend, neighbor relationships prove that I have mastered every one of these principles? And if the answer to that is, well, maybe not just yet, then there is something yet to be reminded, maybe pulled back into the archives of your mind, which you already do know, brought to the front, given an action plan that you actually do something with, and now the results actually can be transformational. So what I consider the principles of the compound effect are the underlying foundation to which all success is built on top of. So it's kind of like this. You could have the world's greatest software, where tens of millions of dollars have been invested by the greatest engineers, and you've created this world-class software. But if you install this world-class software on a faulty operating system, what happens? It's buggy, it crashes, it doesn't perform to its potential, and a lot of people mistakenly go, this crappy software doesn't work. Just like you read a book or you go to a seminar, and you get the information and you install it, but if it's installed on a crappy operating system, it will be buggy, it will crash, and it will not work. But if we can finally get the operating system dialed in, rewire the code so that the operating system is operating at its full potential, now we can install the leadership or the selling or the enterprise building or the negotiation or the parenting software on top of it, and maybe this time, for the first time, it actually will perform to its capacity. So that's what we're about as we go through this process. So my goal is this: to provide you a system that will enable you to achieve goals you were too afraid to even imagine possible. Brendan told me about the homework assignment he gave you last night. And a lot of you did some dreaming. But I want you to step those up. And I think you will step them up if you can see tangibly how you could achieve them. The reason why people don't have big goals is because they just think it's fantastical, it's too far out of their reach. They don't see a pathway to achieving it, and so they just think it's unrealistic. What I want you to do is rewire that and go, okay, wow, for the first time, I get how I actually could achieve this thing that I thought was impossible before. So a year or 3 years from now, When we look back at you, you are totally unrecognizable to the person you are right now. You are unrecognizable to your spouse, to your partner, to your neighbors, and most importantly, you are unrecognizable to your banker. That's my goal, to provide you the system that will enable you to do just that. We're going to be doing a working session here. I don't need to tell a lot of you. You're part of this group. You're used to digging in and doing the work. So obviously suggest you take notes. There'll be some things we won't be able to cover together, so I'll suggest some homework assignments. I'll show you where you can download some free resources. I'm going to go through like 200 slides. So instead of trying to get everything that's going to be on each one of these slides, I'll show you where you can get the whole slide deck sent to you, so you can just pay attention to the key items on the slide. You like that? Yeah, okay, thank you. And then, by the way, I've just tried this new app where I'm recording myself simultaneously, so if it works, I'll also give you the whole recording of what we're doing right now. So we'll see. No promises. You know how these apps work. So, and then also where you might be able to find some more information inside the book as well. All right, so here's what it's all about. Between where you're at right now and your